What's up, boys? Woo! We are back once again. Donald Trump is doing a maternal health care event. He is saving pregnant women himself. He's doing it himself. All himself. He's saving pregnant women. Our glorious supreme leader. And of course, we gotta mention market on it. This is going to be an event that's focusing on the new moms.gov website that Donald Trump and the White House just released. It's a bunch of information on expected mothers. It's relating to Trump RX. It's relating to pregnancy centers. Right, find new pregnancy centers, nutrition facts for mothers, Trump accounts as well. We got all those for the mothers, and we have a mention market on the event today that's going to start any minute now. Hey, W Trump for saving all the moms. But we have a little information from Burke Rollins. USDA is proud to be part of the support of the Trump administration's major push to delivering real support for expectant and new mothers, especially in rural communities where it matters most. So, I'm expecting Burke Rollins to be there. We got a mention on it. That's what I got. Let me see. Yo, mentions is so back, boys. Mentions is so back. I see Jake typing in the Discord. Jake's typing in the Discord. He's back from vacation, man. Mentions is so backed. Alright. I got Trump RX specifically, right? This website mentions Trump RX. Right here, looking to start a family, you can find the world's lowest prices on prescription medications on Trump RX. There are a range of medical treatments that exist to help couples build their families. Basically, Ozempic, excessive weight, the weight loss drug. All these can improve fertility outcomes, right? And this website directly links to TrumpRx.gov. So I do expect him to say Trump RX today. He's pushing out a new update to Trump RX. I've got no Democrat. I like the price on that. I like the price at 33 for no Democrat. Oil went up. I was buying oil thinking there was going to be a Q&A today. There probably is going to be a Q&A. Like, I was looking back at older events. If you look at Trump participating in healthcare affordability event, he had a long Q&A in this, sitting down, talking about the ballroom, all this other stuff. If he does get questions, I do expect him to say oil. So that's the reason I'm buying it. What's up, Cold R Room? Where your mom at? She had a fantastic Mother's Day. Thank you very much. Very good Mother's Day. Yesterday. Good morning, Jared. How are you, bro? I got no Maha. Kind of like the price. I kind of like the price of no Maha here. RFK's going to be there. I mean, he might say Maha Moms is the only thing I'm worried about. He's not going to say the full slogan, Make America Great Again, or Make America Healthy Again. But he might say Maha Moms is the only thing I'm a little scared of. That's why I don't want to go too deep on Maha. I'd rather go deep on something like Democrat. No Democrat. We'll buy some up. Buy some up. No Democrat. Also buy some Trump RX. That's kind of what I like. I won't go heavy on Maha, because he can hit Maha Moms. But I kind of like the price on no. It's more of a rally strike than anything. He's doing this in the Oval Office. You know? RFK will probably be there, though, right behind him. I mean, look at the Bobby price. So, I've got Caroline Levitt. I think you know why I got Caroline Levitt, yes. She's an expectant mother. This event is about pregnant woman, right? The connection is there. The connection's quite obvious. Ma is a great movement, says Black. At least I'm guessing that's how you say it. I like Caroline. I mean, I do. Like, the connection is there. The connection is there. She just had a baby not a week or so ago. If he's going to congratulate her about her baby or get a question on her baby, this is the exact time to do it, right? Make a joke about Caroline just had a baby. She's coming back from maternity leave. This is about maternal health care. I'll add more to it. Alright, I got abortion, yes. W abortion. Okay, that kind of sounds crazy, but you know what I'm saying, like. I think he could possibly get a question on abortion, right? There's like a Supreme Court decision about abortion that's going around in some couple states. He could get asked about abortion. But if it is in the Q&A, right, he's not going to say this in the opening, it's going to go down even more. So, it's at 10 cents. And I think it would go down, like, even more, honestly. Oh, I have egg yes. Well, like, if he gets a direct question about abortion, this is not whether or not he's going to say abortion in the statement. It's whether or not he's going to get a direct question from a lib reporter trying to get you with a gotcha question where they're going to ask him directly about abortion. And then I think a direct question about it, he says it. So, it's quite a little bit. I like egg. I do like egg here. I got 500 shares of egg. Not only do women have eggs inside them, but as well, if you look at like the moms.gov website here for resources, information, and help for new expectant mothers, they talk about the nutrition quick facts for mothers. This is what I read. That for all nutrition recommendations for pregnant women, new mothers, and infants, check out the Dietary Guidelines for Americans. We've got Dietary Guidelines for Americans. One of those is including eggs. One of those is including eggs, right? It even names it in the exact website here, right? Where is it? Pregnant women should consume diverse, nutrition-dense foods, including iron-rich meats, folate, rich greens and legumes, eggs, dairy. I think there's a potential if he reads out all of the types of things that they're doing, he might read out the nutrition quick fats for mothers. There's nutrition quick fat, and then he might say egg there. Plus, the fair value is included for the fact that he could talk about eggs with affordability, but it's mainly for this nutrition quick fats that I've got eggs, yes. Legume. I like carrot, yes, I like carrot too. Egg clip farming. Maybe. Fentanyl's going crazy. But that's what I got for today. I think abortion is not even... Like if I put a 8-cent bid, it might get filmed. I feel like that question could come as a gotcha question. Someone's trying to get you. I think Caroline makes sense in this context. Other words, I'm not too sure on. Border is interesting. Border's a bit low. Gas, with things going on in Hormuz, is a bit low. Let's see, is White House live? Not yet.
Don't upload your videos to YouTube.
We've got stock market's kind of ripping. I do like oil for the fact there's probably going to be a Q&A. Like, very, very likely Q&A. I'll increase my average to increase my shareability. First, McIlroy, now Legume. Come on, bro. Mention Sharp, by the way. I like Democrat, no. I'll add to it. I think you can go a whole Q&A without saying Democrat. It's possible. Plus, you could sell some after the initial reading. Everyone else is gonna go. Democrat, no, will probably go to like 50-ish. You could sell some. There just probably will be a question and answer, right? And that's where Democrat would possibly hit, but I'm quite sure there'll be a Q&A. Like, this is the type of event where there will be one. So, it's in the Oval. It's in the Oval. White House press pool is there. Reporters will want to ask questions. A lot of those will be related to Iran. So, I think he can, I don't know. I like the price, though, on no Democrat at this point. I think he could potentially dodge it. You know, it's more likely than not that he says it. But I like that spot right there. I like that spot. No Iran. No way. There's no way he does not say Iran. Healthcare at 68. Is he gonna say we're giving the healthcare back to the people? Healthcare is quite low, huh? Let's see. Healthcare. When's Trump said this? You know, he's only said healthcare once at the healthcare affordability event. Let's see, was that scripted though? I was waiting for you to go live on Friday. That was nuts. The event? Bro, the thing with fucking Baller League, right? The thing with Baller League is I have to fucking go all the way to Miami. So I literally missed the event Friday. I missed the event because I don't have my PC there. So I need to go get a laptop, basically, so I can stream. But, that's what I'll do. I gotta buy a laptop, so I was unable to stream Friday morning.
Thank you, General, and other companies for doing their part to bring down the cost of healthcare for all Americans under our most favored nations agreement. We've secured.
So that's the only time you said healthcare there? Wow.
To maintain our leading position in the world is to create catalysts and accelerants for our industry and for the health.
I mean, surely though it's still scripted for like this one. Like that's quite low for a maternal healthcare event. Is it not? Healthcare. Bring the healthcare back to the people. The great healthcare plan. How does he not say the great healthcare plan though? I don't know. This seems a bit insane for me. Also today on his schedule, we'll be streaming this one. Is let's see. He's also welcoming the national football champs. So that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fire. Indiana University's going. EDNQ. I had a little EDNQ yes. You talking about the Brazil bilat? I had a little EDNQ yes. Basically hedging yeses, so. How does he not say great healthcare plan here? He didn't say it here, to be fair. He didn't say great healthcare plan, huh? It's more of a rally thing, I guess. That's gotta be so low, though. Healthcare. Border, potentially. I don't know. I'm not decided on healthcare. I'm trying to think about the great healthcare plan. It's so low, though, huh? 67 for the healthcare event. That is quite low. Trump RX is a big wall on Trump RX. Should I just eat that? It was put out like Trump RX. There were supposed to be updates on Trump RX. I mean, Trump RX is literally on the moms.gov website as a link. So is Trump accounts, so. Let's see how this is healthcare. It was only used once there. Oh, isn't that interesting? Healthcare in other parts of the website is 2 words. There, it's 1 word. Closed compound. Interesting. There's Hassett. I'll add to like no Democrat. Just because I think you could sell. I think you could sell after the initial maternal healthcare event, essentially. When he's talking about healthcare, I don't think he's going to say Democrat at all. Only risk he says Democrat is in the Q&A. And before the Q&A, this price probably gets to 50-ish. 55. So you could sell a little bit. EDNQ for this event? Oh, gee golly. I mean, I got a couple no's, so I think I'll be okay. Even if this goes no, huh? What was EDNQ for this event? 1? Should have learned my lesson with the Brazil. I mean, the Brazil byline is a lot different than this type of event, though. This event should not go EDNQ. Like, I'm pretty confident on it. I'll even buy some no. Because I think the only reason the Brazil bilat went EDNQ is because the Brazilian leaders themselves, the Brazilian president, wanted to talk about the last election they had with Bolsonaro, however you say it. And that was a lot of, that's pretty tense subject, right? So, yeah, White House is alive. EDNQ bonded. Although, White House was live last time, huh? White House went live last time as well. So you never really know. Alright, we're gonna go in for the Caro shout today. Come on, Caro. It makes sense. I mean, it's a maternal health care event. He could shout out Caro for having a baby. 2, he could talk about her returning. Getting a question about when she's coming back on maternity leave. There's potential there. I kind of like it just at that price. He just doesn't say Caro that often. I think that's why it's priced that way. He doesn't say it often, but if there is an event to talk about her, it's today. It's the maternal health care. How you doing, Lee? What's up, Lee? Let's see, White House is live. Alright, moms.gov is definitely getting set on Mother's Day. Mental health, resources for women and parents. Here we go. Oh, who's there?
Well, thank you very much, everybody.
Dr. Oz
This is
and
very important. There's a lot of important things happening in our country right now, but we're
Ooh.
doing very well.
a lot of important things.
Most healthcare plans do not
Healthcare,
cover
wow,
these
instantly.
benefits, but today I'm
God
pleased
damn
to
it.
announce that the Department of Labor is issuing a new rule to formally create a fertility benefit option for employers that can be offered to all employees outside of their normal health insurance plans. It's a big
I don't
deal.
think RFK's
And we're
there.
not properly taken care of. Katie Britt knows that better than anybody.
I don't
She
see
called
RFK
me
there.
and said, I
I
must
mean-
say, I shouldn't admit this, but the first time I really
Go run
heard
it.
about the fertility was through Katie. She said, "Sir, we have to do something." And I'm a quick study, so I learned everything there is to learn in about 3-4 minutes.
He is?
And,
Oh, here he is.
and I became the father
Oh,
of
he is there.
fertility.
Okay.
No, it just made a lot of sense to me. She explained it well. And I hope you tell that story. What
I got
happened
finessed
to
by the
person
camera
with a
angle,
cat
bro.
with a bad
Finessed by
ruling
the
from
camera
the
angle.
court. They gave
I
a
saw
very
Dr.
bad
Oz, not
ruling,
him.
Remember in Alabama?
You stepped in and saved the day and made sure that we had nationwide
Yeah.
access to IVF and have done so much since then. We are so grateful.
We had something passed within 2 days after
That's
that.
great.
So
That's
it was
incredible.
really
We'll
pretty amazing.
cancel some
You don't see
bids.
that happen very often. But this will be supplemental option available to those who need it, much like vision or dental insurance. So we're bringing it right down into the
Vision or
mainstream.
dental insurance, huh?
By offering coverage for care at every step, the fertility journey is a very interesting one, very complex it was, and we're making it much simpler. This will hopefully reduce the number of couples who ultimately need to resort to IVF because challenges can be identified and addressed very early in the process. This is a new benefit. This is a benefit that so many people have called me about. I mean, it's incredible. Oz and Bobby, I can tell you,
There's
we
Bobby.
speak about it a lot. So
Oh.
many people have called me about we have to do
Give a
this. We've been
dono.
waiting for a long time. This is a benefit or an option that will be made to help millions of American moms that will result in more beautiful American babies. Okay. To further reduce the cost of fertility care, my administration has negotiated
Most favorite nation?
unprecedented most favored nation agreements with all of the world's leading pharmaceutical companies and nations. You think that was easy? That was not easy. The nations
no.
in particular, I tell you. I
Is he
didn't
gonna go no?
challenge them with tariffs. You don't want to give us
Tariffs?
what you want?
There you
putting
go.
Tariffs on your nation. Sir, we'll give it to you immediately. It was actually, you think Biden can do that? I
Biden?
don't think so.
Wow.
Nor did he try, Bobby.
Biden, shout out.
They didn't even try. They never tried anything.
No tariff
One
is a
drug
bit of a
commonly used in
a
IVF
miss.
has gone from, as an example, $966 to $168.
no tariff is a bit of a miss there, man, on the market.
100%. This is the most incredible thing. It's not talked about by the fake news. It's
Fake
sad
news.
because it's the biggest thing to happen.
Oh, you know what they talk about eggs.
Getting, drug prices, prescription drug prices down by 400 or 500.
The fake news they just shout about
Depending
eggs.
on the way you want to phrase the question, you could say 400, 500, 600% Oz, and you could also say 80%, 70%, etc. It all depends on the way you phrase the question. I like the 500 better. And since we launched that website just a few months ago, it's called TrumpRx.gov.
Yeah, Trump RX,
It's,
cash.
through the roof. Is that
Hell
a
yeah.
statement, Oz? And by the way, you tell them that was your idea to call it Trump. It wasn't mine.
Yeah.
The president did not propose
That was coming,
name.
that joke.
Everyone else thought it was a great idea. It is working spectacularly well, incredibly effective at so many things. That there is not an American around buying medication who should not check TrumpRx.gov first.
Trump
I think
RX.
He proposed, Mr.
Bang.
President's going to save us
Hormuz,
$600
no?
billion
It's not bad.
over the next decade.
He's definitely getting questions, though. That's why I was scared about Hormuz.
Secretary Kennedy organized.
It's
And
only
the
gonna
people
go
doesn't know about it. If somebody, if
up,
a
I think.
Democrat proposed it, it'd be
Democrat,
front page news
instantly?
every day for the rest of your life.
Dang, I thought I could wait till the Q&A for Democrat. Oh
We're
my gosh.
reducing drug prices by 500, 600%, or 80%, or 75%.
I'm pretty
Anyway,
sure
it's
Q&A.
all-
I mean, this
it's all
type of
about the
scenario
phrasing of the
is a
question.
Q&A.
And the media doesn't write about it. It's amazing. It's so
This is a
sad.
Q&A,
It's so biased, and
presentation.
That's why the media, their approval rating went down just today, 12%. You're at 12%. That's why I got elected with 97%
Elected.
bad stories. I won in a landslide because you have no
Landslide.
credibility. So I wish the media would write about it. It's probably the biggest story. Certainly it's got to be maybe the biggest story in medicine, if you think. I mean, where you get drug reduction prices of 60, 70, 80%.
All right, election that low?
It costs
Should have gone to 26.
$10 in Germany. It costs in New York City.
Oh,
It costs
New York City?
$140. Now the pill's going to go to $20 in Germany and $20 for us. So we're going to have the lowest prices anywhere in the world. And
Tariffs.
we can't get a story about it.
It's through
We won't
tariffs.
write it. It's the biggest medical story there is, and we cannot get a story about it. I think I'm going to ask Walmart for a little help, if you don't mind. Because you people seem to get very good. You get very good buttons. I think if you could explain the trick, and let me know.
Okay.
But since we
Walmart.
launched the website just a few months ago,
Walmart.
over 19,000 Americans have used those fertility medicines and
Like Caroline.
discounts and saved more than $15 million just in a short period of time, very matter of weeks. The Council of Economic Advisors projects that the number will rise to 4.6.
I think Maha No
billion
might be
over
decent
a
here.
fairly small number of years. Nobody's ever seen anything like this. And we had to get the countries.
Should you run the
First we
No
had to get
China?
the,
He's probably going to get asked about his visit,
and the
though.
companies were pretty good, but they knew I couldn't get the countries. So they didn't care that much. I think when we got the countries, I think they said,
He's probably going to get asked about his visit, but
they've
I'll
done
take that.
fine. They do more business, and they do it from, they made it up in volume, right? They made it up in volume, as the old story went. There are many other ways our administration is supporting moms and
Like
women.
Kara.
We passed the largest
Tax cut.
working family tax cuts
There you
in
go.
American history. By far, we passed the largest tax cuts, not only for women, for everybody, but for women. So many working women, we passed the largest tax cuts in history. We also made a historic investment in rural health with $50 billion distributed across all 50 states, and that gives each state a lot of money. Over the next 5 years, $10 billion has already been distributed, and you see the results all over the rural part of the United States, which I'm
Rural?
proud to say I won by about 80% of the
Landslide?
vote. And many states are investing and approving maternal health care.
Dang, he's low-key gonna say election, I'll buy
Democrat
that.
in Congress voted against this historic funding. The Democrats,
Democrat
well, they
again.
suffer from Trump derangement syndrome.
TDS.
They don't even know what they're looking at. They can't even see straight.
Wow.
But I have a new way
You said
out.
TDS, huh?
I'm going to propose something the opposite of what I want, and we will have massive amounts of legislation.
There's
You know,
TDS.
just all I have to do is say, we will not build the wall. And they'll get back.
The wall.
Diabolically
No,
clever.
I'm going to do it, Candy. We'll put it
I
in.
think you're
I'm going to go the opposite. Whatever is bad, I'm going to go for it, and they'll approve what's good. Finally, no, they.
Dude, Caro's on the
serious
weekly?
Trump
I didn't even
derangement.
see that.
Which actually
No-
is
no
a
liquidity.
disease. I'm hearing it is actually a disease. It's an honor. Today we're also enacting groundbreaking child care reforms to improve federal child care programs, including Head Start and Child Care Development Fund that goes to each state. It's big stuff. These reforms will give states more flexible, lower costs, increase options, and empower
Yeah.
parents to choose what
He is
care
going to
works
China.
best for them. There's a lot of options.
But it's gonna go-
that
it's
have.
gonna
Under
go
this
low
plan, you have, I think,
before
pretty much
Q&A.
Maximum, Heidi, I think maximum.
He's probably going to ask people to
options.
speak before he takes
And,
questions.
that's what we're looking for.
And then he'll say China.
Maximum options at the lowest cost. And you've got a cost that if you were here a year ago, or
Dead.
if you were here like during the last administration,
It's a
you're
dead
talking
country.
about a cost that would be 8 to 10 times more expensive.
See, we can
than what we're
sell it
doing.
at, like,
Same
30.
same exact prescription, same exact medicine, same care at 10%. It'll also free up child care funding for hundreds of thousands of additional children to support stay-at-home parents.
Like Caro.
In recognition of
Ah.
this ambitious agenda to support American mothers, today we're announcing a new website. that is
Moms.gov.
online right now. It's moms.gov. Moms.gov. You couldn't have put that in the Trump deal. You had to give me a new one, competition. This guy, he wants to make me work so hard. So explain moms.gov, would you please, Dr. Ross?
Well, we're going to have a whole discussion about it, sir, a little bit later.
That's so funny, bro.
We
You
have
could have
to
named that
maybe
one
speak
after me.
A bit about the first issue you mentioned, but moms.gov is a beautiful site. Folks want to check it right now while we're talking.
Yeah, you really should, and it's.
We love moms.
Something that Senator Rubio.
We
and
love
I tried to
moms.
do,
We
so
love
you're the
moms
one
and
who
their
actually
fertile
did,
eggs.
along with
Like
Well, I
Caro.
like TrumpRx.gov.
I feel like that.
No, no,
I mean, I love moms. I love moms, but I like
Oh my God!
Trump
Holy
RX.
prediction!
You put me in there. I got to
I
make
love
sure.
moms.
He gives me competition now. He wants her to work. That's all right. We're only kidding. I have to say we're kidding.
See, we
otherwise
sold to
they'll be-
China.
Trump and us had a major dispute. It was terrible. When Bobby broke them up, it was a terrible, terrible dispute. These people. I encourage every mom to visit this new page where they will find helpful information about addressing clinical care, pregnancy resources, nutrition tips,
Eggs.
Trump RX,
Ah.
and Trump accounts. Trump accounts has been amazing.
Here we go,
for
Dell.
the kids. It's Michael and Susan Dell.
Nice.
They put in six.
Why is that not on the mention, man? I would have got all in on
$250
Dell.
started it, and that's another one that's gone through the Trump accounts, where young kids, they turn 18 or 20 or 21, and they feel like a billionaire. You used to say a millionaire, now you say a billionaire.
Billionaire.
But they certainly feel rich, as opposed to having absolutely nothing. It's so popular. So many people are doing it. We have people, in one case, took over the entire state of Ohio. It's putting up the money for every kid in the state of Ohio. Supporting the journey of American moms at every stage is so important to the success
Transgender?
of our nation. I'd now like to ask Senator Katie Britt. She's the one that
So
got me
he's
into
gonna
this. I have
send people to
tell you.
talk.
I hope she always
Stuff
remains
is probably
loyal
gonna
to me
get
so I can
quite
continue
low.
to support her.
See if I can get transgender at like 20.
That will never happen, Katie,
That's
right?
right. That's right, sir.
But just just a few words. She's really a fantastic woman. She's a great senator.
Does he get
And,
this abortion
I got
question?
lucky. I
Hmm.
was supporting somebody else, and then I realized that the somebody else wasn't very good. And I
In
said,
their-
"Who's that
in their
young
election?
woman I met that was so impressive?" They said, "Her name is Katie Britt." I said, "Let me talk to her." I talked to her. I endorsed her. She
Surely
won
no
a
Maha is
landslide,
hitting now.
And you've been winning in landslides ever since.
Landslide.
You've been doing a great job, Katie. Thank you very much. I thought I should explain it.
Thank you.
To say a few words, Katie's going to say, and followed by Monique Pruitt, and then Olivia Walton, then Dr. Oz, and Dr. Dorothy Fink, and Dr. Alex Adams. And you'll speak not too long because I am being waited on by a large group of generals.
Oh?
And that's also important, you know, having to do
That it is. Well, sir,
having to do with the absolutely lovely country of
Iran?
That's the way they
well,
pronounce
we
it.
will get started then.
Okay.
Mr. President, thank you for your work.
Huh.
And
Wait, I'm buying no
this is
China.
another example of promises made.
Because Loki just said like he can't take questions? Is that what you think you just said? He said I'm being waited on?
Immediately to make sure that we had nationwide access to IVF, to making sure that we had comprehensive fertility treatment, so that men and women, couples who were longing for their child, could continue to have that hope and also have that reality.
You gotta buy
Today
no
doubles
gas.
down on that yet again. I mean, we see the savings that have happened across the country, and I've had more and more people.
He said he
come
has
up
to
me telling
go.
a story about
He
what
basically
they've
just
seen.
said I have to
But
go.
we also know that there was opportunity for continued growth. President Trump saw that and he acted on it. So now more people are going to have access.
Damn, look
to
at no
their
China
insurance
now.
like they
Shit,
would
I should've
to
bought that whole
24
stack.
vision insurance. And there are people right now who this is out
He
of
just
reach
said he has to
because
go,
of the
basically.
President Trump is bringing
I don't
it
know
back
if he's
again.
gonna take
When you
questions
look
at all.
The comprehensive nature of what we're doing today and coming on the heels of Mother's Day.
You know what? I'll
we
buy
are
that.
Thrilled to support mothers everywhere. Whether it's that mom that is getting to
Dang it, dude, if he just didn't say he's fucking Democrat, we would have been
or
cashing.
the one chasing toddlers.
Look at his
or
hands. Is he
wrangling
cooking?
Teenagers, or being there when their adult child calls for advice. Moms are the heartbeats of our families, our communities, and our.
I don't think he's gonna talk
President
about
Trump
China
himself,
now.
He's made sure we've created a.
I mean, he might still ramble,
That's
but
what
he
you
just
see
said I have
right
to
now
go.
on moms.gov.
Oh, I'm getting
Moms.gov is
cooked on oil.
something
Oh
that
my gosh, bro.
then Senator Rubio and I talked
Election
about
2
doing with Senator
cents?
Kramer and now Senator Schmidt, but of course, President Trump is actually the one that put it into action. It supports moms through the prenatal, postpartum, and early childhood development stages of motherhood. Also, as we tackle rural health, look, I stand up here in front of you not only as a mom of two, but also as someone who lives in the great state of Alabama, where about 28% of women live in a maternal care desert. The work that we did in the Working Families Tax
He's so
Cuts,
restless.
guys,
He's gotta
is
go.
head
He's gotta
on.
talk about
We have an
Iran.
opportunity now to reach those who haven't been reached. When we look at maternal mortality rates, we continue to invest both in the research that will help us.
He's gotta talk about Iran.
But also in the women.
Let's see his schedule.
Deal with so many issues.
This
that are
policy
in pregnancy.
meeting
We
he's
want them
talking
to be
about.
Supported. And then in addition to all of that, childcare. So we know last year alone, you had about 455,000 women leave the workforce due to affordability and accessibility of childcare. We've often said, and the president and I have talked about this, if you have
No, buy
an
no China there.
opportunity to stay home,
I don't think he's
we
gonna take
want
questions
that
at this
for
point
you.
now.
But if you want or need the opportunity to re-enter the workforce and want to be
He's
a part
gotta
of
go.
building back America, like President Trump is doing, we don't want affordability or accessibility to be an impediment to that. So not only at his direction, and I was proud to lead the effort in the Working Families Tax Cuts to modernize the tax code to make sure that child care was front and center for the first time since.
I don't think he's gonna talk about China, honestly.
But today, that comprehensive nature of whether you're staying home
Or Maha.
faith-based
I mean,
provider,
Maha,
or
no.
childcare center that you lovingly send your child
He
to
might
every
say election,
day,
talk about this
as
lady's
you
election.
work, to provide for your family. Today, that is easier as a result, and we are proud of what that means
In
for
a board
the
to
economy.
China?
You know, 24% of young families.
Generals wait meet
are-
in a
or
board
young
to
families spend about
China.
24% of their annual
A
income
board
on childcare. So,
shin
Mr. President, thank
to
you for all
China.
that you've
Yeah,
done
yeah, yeah.
creating a comprehensive culture of life. This is really groundbreaking.
So do you see now why I endorsed her so
In her election.
and always will? I'd be afraid not to. She also is married to the largest human being
It's
I've
right
ever
there.
met. Her husband is great. He's a 11-year player in the NFL, an all-star. One
NFL.
of the greatest college football players
He's low-key leaking.
ever at what he does. So he's a fantastic person. Both two really fantastic people. Monique Pruitt speaks about Trump RX.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you, Mr. President and Senator Brett.
He's
Trump,
low-key
for
leaking for his,
that have done so much around this. This is a very important
his
topic,
other
so
stuff.
I'm glad to be here. I personally
His other
Trump
event he
RX
has today.
spent thousands of dollars on my medication. As President Trump mentioned, a lot of insurances did not cover this. Looks like
I don't think Hormuz then, huh?
That's wonderful. Thank you. Even so, some don't cover the medication portion. That can be a separate pharmaceutical cost. So
God.
Trump RX
Every time I try to
has
click it,
brought a
it
lot of
disappears
the
from my
prices
ass.
of medications down. For me personally, Gonal F has been one of the main medicines that people use for egg retrieval.
I don't think Hormuz then. It's even hard for him to hit while he's talking about it.
Or for cheaper. So thank you so much to you guys for doing all the work. We really appreciate it from the IVF community.
It's been amazing, hasn't it? The difference in cost. It's just incredible. I mean, you're talking about something where it goes down 5, 6, 7 times.
6, 7.
And I tell the story often. I was so proud. My first term, 1/8 of 1%. I reduced.
You could
drug
still say
costs in the
election.
Third year. 1/8 of 1%, and that's the first time in 28 years that prices went down. And I was so proud. I had a newsconference remember that?
I was there, yes.
Ladies and I'd like to just say that prices have gone down 1/8 of 1%, which is the first time in 28 years that prices have gone down for prescription drug prices and other. I was so proud of that, and now I reduced them by 500%. Perhaps that's experience. I always knew that we were being just absolutely
Ripped off?
decimated, but
Dang,
I was,
decimated.
hunted. I
Obliterated?
was the hunter now. I was the hunted then, and I had to devote a lot of time to that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been too effective.
Yeah.
If I was out of office, I wouldn't have been. So I was hunted by some very bad people. Now I'm the hunter. It's much better when you're the hunter, but these are bad people, and they'll give you no support at all, no matter how good it is. I mean, as an example, I don't know what the numbers are, but if we go to Congress to get something approved, which we get, but you can say that we're going to reduce drug prices by 80%,
Buying transgender.
and we won't get one Democrat vote. I don't
They
know how
stick
get
together.
away with it. That's why we call them the Democrats. We have a name. They're Democrats because they're dumb. They're dumb people, and they just can't do it. I've been waiting so long for them to change, but they just keep losing, and they're going to keep losing with their policies.
Yep, policy.
we reduced prices by 70-80%, and
Come on.
it's such a big
What
big
policy?
deal. I'd like to ask
Ah!
Olivia Walton,
God
who's here
damn
with
it.
her very handsome husband, Tom. Thank you, Tom, for being here. Thank you very much. And you're going to speak about.
He could have hit
maternal
transgender for everyone
healthcare.
there.
Mr. President, I'm
What
gonna
policy
introduce
they
you
stick
here.
together,
Before we
Democrats.
leave the last topic, it's the leader of
Yeah, you
ED
can't-
Serrano,
pronounce
which makes one of the
Hormuz,
most
but
important fertility drugs is here. Just to remind
he'll
you, because
talk
we give
about
you
it
different
directly without
percentages,
even saying
the unit
Hormuz,
price
so.
of getting a product is 1/10 of what it used to be. So 1/10.
I'll try to sell.
That's an easy number to
this
remember.
point now.
And the fact that we were paying 10 times more for that same drug in America is embarrassing. It changed under the president, and presidents have known it for a long time. But it takes guts to take on important lobbies.
So why didn't they get it done?
Why did Hormuz go crazy?
Well,
Wait,
the main
what?
reason is they were intimidated. They're scared.
Or incompetent?
Oh my
Or
God.
incompetent. But I've had plenty of
Or both.
conversations with the president when he says he doesn't care, he wants to do the right thing, and this is a good example.
Why did Hormuz?
Excuse me,
Why is
Candy
Hormuz going
Britt's
crazy?
husband's here. I just spotted this very large handsome guy. Great guy.
You're going to like 50.
So let me speak a little bit about the
God
reality
damn.
of 1 in 3 Americans are under-babied. What does under-babied mean? That means that you either
So did
don't have any
gas
children
went to
or you have less
23?
children than you
What is
would
going
normally
on?
want to have. And to Katie's point, we have a crisis that's causing our fertility rate to drop below 1.5. The replacement rate is 2.1. So we're way below what we need just to even replace the people that we have in America. And one of the challenges is that rural America, where there's 60 million people, have a mortality rate, maternal mortality rate when they have babies. That's about 30% higher than if you live in an urban area.
Yeah, I tried to buy
One of
some.
the
I'm
ways
always
the
so
president
late
wanted
on
to
the
address
clicks
this was
though,
creating
live.
something in the working
I need to get
families
better.
tax cut legislation, which is, I
It's
think,
hard
the
to,
most
like, lock
ambitious,
in.
Fantastic program. ever
Dude,
written
China,
to help
1,000
fix
bid
the healthcare
yes?
system. The president saved Medicaid in the
I
working
could just
families
click
tax
that,
cut
though.
legislation. He also invested with Congress's help, and Senator Britt and her colleagues voted for this of the House, to put in $50 billion into rural health care. That's $10 billion a year for the next 5 years. All the money went out the door on time, and it's being used for incredibly beneficial advances to help Americans living in rural America have babies safely. Your zip code should not determine your mortality rate if you're having a baby. That is going to change. There's a great program in southern Alabama. They call it LA, Lower Alabama.
I love that you know that.
Yes, I've been there. And that is allowing us to use these new ultrasound probes now.
I'm gonna buy
because
no
we don't have
gas.
enough
If I got
in your
Yes Oil
counties.
too,
There's
it's
many
kind of a
counties
hedge.
in LA, which is Lower Alabama, that is the case. We have states and all the governors are embraced on this, investing a lot of money, training more people to work in rural America, and we're also.
I mean, I got
using
bunch of Yes
telehealth tools.
Oil.
So you have big.
Oil's more
sophisticated
likely
delivery
than
centers
gas.
Adopting smaller facilities and clinics so they can help moms deliver babies wherever they may live. You don't have to drive across state to get there. Now, as great as this all is, and as fantastic as it has been to have 50 governors, in this case, Mr. President, even the Democratic governors are on board. It's such a good offer. It's such a beautiful way of keeping your people healthy that everyone's embraced this program.
Healthy,
We
keep
still
them
can't
healthy,
do it by
uh-oh.
ourselves. We have to invest in the American people.
Chill out,
We have to have
Oz.
Governors
You
and
psyop.
private sector partners that make this happen, as well as, and I hope the Secretary can speak to this in a moment, because MAHA is probably vital.
Oh my
to this effort.
God.
You have to get moms healthy enough to do the most creative thing the universe knows, which is making babies.
Loxy, you
Olivia,
need
maybe
to
you
make
take the
mothers to
message
help
around
with
the private sector,
underpopulation.
Bob, and how you and your family have gotten
I'm
involved
on
in
it.
this and led the way.
I'm on it, Lee.
Maybe we can talk about MAHA afterwards.
Starting with
I would love
Caro.
to. And first, thank you so much, Mr. President. Thank you, Dr. Oz.
So
Thank you,
is
Secretary
Maha,
Clinton.
like,
Thank all
incoming,
for
bro?
making maternal
Low-key?
health really a national priority.
He just said we're gonna talk about it later.
This $50 billion in rural health funds, this really represents a transformative opportunity
See if we can sell
to
some.
invest in maternal health care. And in fact, it's what's given us the confidence to launch Healthy Moms, Healthy Babies America, which is our campaign.
Maybe
It is
Maha's
our
incoming,
Dr.
based
Oz
off what Oz said.
Democratic governors across the country are also very interested in doing this. We have a simple goal. We want to cut the U.S. maternal death rate in half in 5 years. That sounds audacious.
I don't know, he
I'm
could forget about it, though.
I'm confident because we have the federal leadership, because President Trump wants to make America the best place to have a baby. I'm confident because we now have this $50 billion, money that's already going out to the
Yeah,
states that we can
Caroline
actually
is
leverage
dead,
to pay
bro.
for some of this. And I'm confident because honestly, we know how to fix this. The vast majority of infant and maternal death is preventable. We know the
Autism went all the way up.
Maternal health is rural health. You heard the numbers from Dr. Oz. I'm here today as a mother from Arkansas. I have 3 young kids. I live in a very rural state, and I'm thrilled to say Governor Sanders is taking maternal health head on and has made some incredible progress. But in rural America, it is hard to have a baby right now. It is hard to get care. We have moms driving for hours to get to the OB. Most moms don't have the time to do that, and a lot of moms don't have the money to do that either. And then after they have the baby, they're not going back for any kind of checkup. For those of you who know who've had a baby, what's the standard of care? They say, come
Who's
back.
had a baby? Who's had a baby?
It's not a good idea. You all
Caroline!
know how precarious those precious few weeks are. You need help sooner than that. And by the way, not all this care has to be done by an OB. It can be done with doulas and nurses and midwives, folks in your community. They can work with the doctor. As Dr. Oz said, there is virtual care. The solutions really do exist, and now is the time to get serious about this
Dude,
stuff
China's gone to
and scale it.
57?
So we are uniting business leaders with policy
I'm guessing
makers,
now no,
healthcare
Jeremy,
providers,
because he said he
faith
has
leaders
to
who believe
go.
it's a great
I
opportunity
guess he
for
could have a
faith
Q&A
leaders to
though.
play a
Very short.
big role in taking
He
care
said
of
he has to
babies
go
as
though.
part
He
of
said
it.
everyone
I'm
be
just
quick.
grateful to be here. I really believe. I know you're meeting with the generals, and we appreciate you keeping our country safe. Investing in maternal health care is the
I know,
most
Alexander.
strategic investment we can make in the future of American prosperity. So thank you.
He's thinking about hot moms
She did
now.
very well. What do you think? I'd give her a 10, maybe a 12. I'll give her a 12 out of. So when is she running for office? You know the nice thing, I just listen, as Olivia was saying, she's so respected. And
Election?
she doesn't need this. She doesn't need to come here and go, and she goes around and checks hospitals and does things. She really doesn't need it at all. She could be doing anything she wants, anything. And I think it's fantastic. And thank you
That's
very
very
much.
kind of you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Really beautiful. Okay, we have Dr. Fink. Where's
Oh, yes. Right
Dr.
there.
Fink? Oh,
Good to see you.
dude, I thought he was about to say, okay, any
Well,
questions?
Thank you,
Oh
Mr.
my
President,
gosh.
for your ongoing support of maternal and infant health. We recognize that the health of women and mothers are so deeply.
I thought he was about to say any questions. Oh my
That's
god.
why we launched the Perinatal Improvement Collaborative during the first Trump administration,
Right.
an effort that has continued to this
He
day.
keeps
to
talking about
improve
people
health
getting
outcomes
he said
for moms and
elected.
babies. Through this nationwide network of hospitals, we
Ah.
are using real data and proven clinical practices to protect
This is
mothers
Dodge China
and
for me.
infants.
Come on, Emma.
In the Perinatal Improvement Collaborative hospitals, we have reduced maternal mortality by 41.5%, which is truly incredible. And this is compared with the 5.9% decline in benchmark hospitals over the same period of time. Our goal is to have every hospital in America doing this, and we're thrilled to be partnering with Heartland Forward to make this happen. We really want every woman to have a healthy delivery and a healthy baby, and to make the
Come
United
on.
States the healthiest place in the world to give birth.
Okay.
Yes.
He's
and
forgot
also
about
that
Caroline.
You all and the Trump
He's
administration
definitely forgot
have taken
about-
historic steps.
We need
to
like
really
one of them
strengthen
to
support
say it.
for American mothers and families. With the launch of Moms
not
That Matter,
happening.
We're highlighting all of the policy achievements that both you, President Trump, and Secretary Kennedy have advanced to support moms and babies. Moms.gov is a first of its kind resource. that
Man,
offers all
Maha
sorts of
might
guidance
still
and
hit, bro.
information to support
Kennedy's
the health
still
and
up on the
well-being
bat.
of mothers and their families.
Kennedy's still up to
Moms.gov
bat.
also really helps support expecting parents who are navigating difficult or unexpected pregnancies. We are committed to supporting women's health throughout motherhood and at every stage of
I
life.
think Caro's dead, bro.
Supporting women's health is not just a
He's
policy.
forgot about her.
It's a promise.
He's asleep.
We
He's
know
thinking about
that healthy
Iran.
mothers help
He's
build
thinking
healthy
about
families,
Iran.
and healthy families
He's not thinking
build a
about
healthy
Caroline.
America.
Bro, look.
So I want to thank you,
He's
Mr.
dead ass
President,
asleep.
Secretary
Oh my
Kennedy,
God.
and everyone here for your support of women's health.
He's unironically
Thank you,
asleep.
Doctor, very much. Very
Thank
well.
you.
Well
No.
done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you very
Dr.
much.
Adams, please, about childcare.
Thank you, Mr. President. This Mother's Day, we recognize the reality for millions of Americans, and that's child care is
So, okay, back to my nap.
too
Back
difficult
to my
find
nap.
and too disconnected from the needs of working families. For years, Washington's answer has always been the same: more bureaucracy, more mandates, and higher costs.
Back to
for
sleeping I go.
President Trump, you were taking a
Look
different
at him.
approach.
He's literally
Under
asleep.
Your leadership, we're advancing a child care reform package that puts parents back in charge. We're going to do
kidding
three
me?
primary things.
He's
First,
thinking about movie
we're
star
restoring parental
Melania?
choice. That means bringing faith-based providers back to the table.
I was
Being
there when
recognized
Melania
as
gave
vulnerable
birth.
by
I was
faith-based
there.
Providers,
I delivered it myself.
Parents who choose to stay home during the earliest years of their children's lives. Second, we are cutting unnecessary red tape. Red tape that forced providers to close limited access to care, and made it harder for working families to find the support they needed. We're moving away from one-size-fits-all federal mandates and instead empowering parents to meet their child's unique needs. And then third, we're strengthening accountability to ensure taxpayer dollars are protected from fraudsters.
Fraudsters.
They essentially backed the Brinks truck up to states and sent the security home. We think Americans deserve better. We will ensure that these funds go to families who truly need support. Our goal is simple: more affordable options, more providers, more choices for parents, and more accountability for taxpayers. Mr. President, your pro-family agenda recognizes a simple truth: strong families build a strong nation. And if I could just add on a personal note, Mr. President, I want to thank you for your leadership and everybody up here for their leadership on fertility issues. My beautiful baby girl, Emerson, is a product of IVF, and I thank you for your leadership on that issue and sharing the joy of parenthood with many, many more American families. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you very much, Doctor. It's great to know. It's been really successful under this administration. And
Election.
Again, Katie, you were so helpful. Bobby, do you have something to say?
Very briefly, Mr. President.
Very brief.
I just wanted to
Kennedy
stress
mentioned.
what a huge win for the MAHA movement and for the pro-life movement. Moms.gov is
Federal
one-stop
government,
shopping.
maternal leave, Caroline's return
IVF
question, is there
for
only hope?
prenatal care, for postnatal care, for nutrition, for baby formula, and of course for Trump RX. We have, as Dr.
By
Oz
our, I
pointed out, a
mean
fertility
Bible.
crisis in this country right now. We just found out that we've dropped out.
I think Caro's dead.
100%.
Like, bro,
The replacement
he's forgot about her.
rate is 2.1. 100 years ago, we were at 3.27, so more than double that we are
Nah,
today.
if he says Maha, it's gonna be here, bro. After Kennedy
cataclysmic
speaks.
rates that Japan and China are now experiencing.
Oh my God,
This is threatening
China?
our economy. It's a threat not only to our economy, to our national security, it's a direct threat to our social security.
Bro, psyoping my positions.
To the Medicare Trust Fund.
If he hits Maha and China
Trump
one go,
has
I give up.
directed my agency to find out the cause of the fertility crisis, and that is part of this program. We're looking at the impact of metabolic challenges, which directly affect fertility,
Autism.
obesity, which affects fertility, of endocrine disruptors.
Make moms healthy again?
pesticides,
Yeah,
this
that wouldn't count. That'd be sick.
toxic soup that our young women are walking around today.
Make
Try to figure
America
out
Dr. Oz
the
healthy again.
fertility crisis for women began in 2007. For men in 1970, men had twice the sperm count as our teenagers do today. This is an existential crisis for our country. We had a series of presidents that were trying to discourage childbirth and motherhood in this country. We now have a president that is trying to encourage it, and I want to thank you again for your leadership.
Here we go.
Thank you very much, Bobby. And there's another word, autism.
Oh!
Very much involved with, and I have my own ideas, but
Just
Oz
bought that,
and
I just
Bobby
bought that. Let's go.
everybody, they really focused on it very hard.
Wow, I knew it was
think
coming.
it's a
I
certain
thought
way,
there was a
you know,
chance
we'd
after
like
the
you
Bobby,
to
the
look at
autism
payment
was coming.
schedules, Bobby, because I think it's very skewed because of the payment schedule.
Sorry, that was just so unexpected.
We're bringing you some
I
ideas.
think it
That
has
was
to
just
be-
so
I think it's
unexpected,
crazy.
sorry.
I think that's what's happening. Can't pay more for that to a doctor. I mean, every person around is going to have autism. That's what's happening. So
Look,
I really believe that that's
mean,
very badly skewed.
it's still on my
More
page.
importantly, but I would like that.
I
done
just bought that
immediately.
autism at 10%.
More importantly, I think that some great
It was just
progress
so
has been
unexpected.
made as to why, what is this thing that's happening all over the world, but here, what is it? What's going on?
God, dogs in China, dogs in
It has to be
Maha.
something because it spiked so much over the last 10 years. It's spiked over the last 15 years. It's gone up many, many times, and I think it's a very important thing to mention. I mention it all the time, having to do with other subjects, and then I bring in autism. Anything having to do with medical, I always bring in autism. On another topic, we're looking very seriously at natural 7-OH.
7-OH.
and getting that approved, natural 7-OH. And we'll take a look at that very strongly. I think Oz and everybody were looking to see if we can do something there. A lot of people are asking for it. And thank you very much for the work on that. And with that, do you have any questions?
Oh, no questions.
You're at the meeting with the generals on Iran. You rejected a deal.
Okay, oil.
Weekend. Can you tell us anything about that proposal and what, if any, effort
Well, it
will
was
be
just-
made to break this
Yeah,
deal?
it was just unacceptable. You know, a lot of people said, well, does he have a plan? Yeah, of course they do have the best plan ever. I mean, Iran has been defeated militarily. Totally.
China's
Iran
coming,
left,
bro.
will probably
Fuck.
break up during this period of time. We'll knock that out in
Bro,
about a
China's
day.
coming. It's gotta be
But
coming,
I
bro.
have a plan.
Questions, bro? You said you had to leave.
I don't know why you don't say it like it is. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon.
Nuclear.
They're very dangerous. They're very volatile. It's a terrible thing that's happened over there. They've killed 42,000 people.
I'm so
in
cooked.
the last 2 months. 42,000. At least that's what we know of. 42,000 people. They killed numerous people over the last week, but they killed 42,000 people a month ago, a month and a half ago. They were unarmed protesters, not at all violent protesters. And they started taking them out, shooting them. So we're not going to let them. That's the plan. You know, people say, "What's the plan?" The plan is very simple. The blockade, first of all, was
Jeez, he's saying
part of
Hormuz, bro.
military genius, just like Venezuela was military.
Venezuela?
the greatest military of the world.
Oh
by
my
far.
God, he's gonna say honest, no?
And we're stocked up with great ammunition. We have much better stuff than we did 2 months ago when we first did the attack, which knocked them for a loop. But very simple. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. Can't have it. And if they did have it, the Middle East would be gone, Israel would be gone.
Israel?
And Europe probably next. We're doing the service to the world. And this has gone on for 47 years. Other presidents and leaders of other countries.
Dude, he's
that
gonna
have the
say
power
China. Oh my
should have
gosh.
done it, but they didn't do it. But it's a very simple plan. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon, and they won't have a nuclear weapon, and
Mr. President?
and they didn't want to go that far.
Does that
If
mean
you,
the president-
if you can believe it, they didn't. How stupid? Are they stupid people? They didn't want to believe
Stupid
it. They
people.
think that, well, I'll get tired of this, or I'll get bored, or I'll have some pressure. But there's no pressure. There's no pressure at all. We're going to have a complete victory.
We got oil
We've
from
already
Venezuela.
had a complete victory from
There's no
the
pressure.
military standpoint. The military, look, their navy is dead. They have 150. They had 159 ships. Right now they have 0, other than the little speedboats that go around that got taken
Speedboats,
out
boop,
8
boop.
a day by us. They have no air force. They have no anti-aircraft. Now they probably put the shoulder jobs into service over the last 3 weeks, probably. But
Add a
essentially
compressor?
they have no anti-aircraft,
Maybe.
They have no radar. And frankly, their leaders have been killed at the first level, second level, and half at the third level. And then they come back and they want to negotiate, and they give us it's a stupid proposal.
Stupid proposal.
Nobody would take it, although Obama would have taken it.
Obama?
Biden would have taken it. What they took was far worse. So we stopped them
Barack
twice.
Hussein.
We stopped them when I terminated the worst deal probably
Barack
ever
Hussein.
made in the history of our country in terms of defense. That was the Iran nuclear deal penned by Barack Hussein Obama.
There
That
you
would
go.
have given Iran a nuclear
There
weapon
you go.
within a year.
Hussein.
They would have had it years ago. I terminated that in my first term. And then when that beautiful plane right
B-2
there hit
bomber.
them hard, we really hit them hard. And they told me, I want to just tell you this because they like to say, oh, well, maybe it wasn't that hard a hit. Iran told me very strongly because they intend to give us the nuclear dust, as I call it. It's easier than
Yeah,
talking
0
about
questions about the
other
actual
terms,
topic.
'cause it's
Maybe.
term
Maybe a
everyone
Caroline
knows. But
question.
the
Maybe an
nuclear
abortion
dust,
question.
Which is what we hit. They told me, number one, you're getting it, but you're going to have to take it out because the site was so obliterated.
Obliterated.
That there's only 1 or 2 countries in the world that could get it. It's so deep and got hit so hard.
Dude, China's
There's
so
no way they
incoming,
have the
bro.
equipment
Fuck.
to move it. You and China are the only 2 countries in the world
It's okay.
that could take it out. So we talked about it. And they said, because
China,
we don't
no.
have the capability of doing it. So for those people that like to say that those great pilots,
didn't even get a
and
question
those
on
great
China,
planes,
man.
Well, we just ordered 22 more of them, new and improved.
It's all right.
Those great pilots
Dude, hit oil, please.
didn't do their job. They did their job. 1 o'clock in the morning with no moon, no light.
No moon.
nothing.
Wow,
Every
moon.
single bomb hit its targets. And then,
No eggs.
as you know, we shot some incredible things that nobody else has.
Dude,
Nobody
stock
has a
market,
military like
probably
we have. We shot the Tomahawks from a submarine 200 miles away, and that went on top of it. But every one of those, including the Tomahawks, every one of those weapons and shots hit perfectly. And they said to me, just to put it on the record, they said to me, There are only 2 countries in the entire world that could ever get that stuff out of there because we don't have the equipment and nobody else. They said China and the United States. So I just want to let you know,
China
those
was
pilots
cursed.
did an unbelievable job, very dangerous job at 1 o'clock in the morning. Think of it. No moon, no nothing. We had no light, purposely. And every single one of those bombs went right down an air chute in a granite mountain and exploded.
Granite.
And they are unable to get it, even if they wanted to. But we're not going to take a chance. So that's
Is he getting an abortion question?
You said Iranians agreed to allow the removal of all their enriched uranium.
Yeah.
Uranium
Well, they did
question.
2 days ago. They didn't. Okay. They did 2 days ago. They said you're going to have to take it. We were going to go with them, but they changed their mind because they didn't put it in the paper. So when they sent us this document that we waited 4 days for, that should have taken 10 minutes to do. Look, very simple. We get that. They guarantee no nuclear weapons for a very long period of time, and a couple of other minor things, but they just can't get there. So they agree with us, and then they take it back. But they said to us that it was so badly obliterated. It was the word they actually used. That was my original word. Then it got challenged by some of the fake news.
Fake news?
And
like
it wasn't
eggs.
challenged with any knowledge. It was just challenged like they were hoping that this wouldn't have been so successful. No, it was obliterated. We have the greatest military in the world. I built it largely in my first term.
Hottest?
And I didn't know I'd be using it quite this much in my second term. But very simply, when they say, does he have a plan? Yeah, I have a plan. The plan is very simple. You know, in war you have to change, you have to be flexible. You
Flexible?
have a lot of plans, but you have to do different plans in different days. But I have a great plan. But the plan is that they cannot have a nuclear weapon. And they didn't say that in their letter.
Mr. President, the leadership changes that you've talked about in Iran, is this still a leadership that you believe
Leadership?
can negotiate with and
Yeah.
ultimately reach a
I think
peace
so.
deal
Well,
with?
you have two. You have the moderates and you have the lunatics.
Lunatics.
And I think the moderates are more
This is
respected.
all Iran questions.
The lunatics want to fight till the end. You know, there will be it'll be a very quick fight. But I call them. You have just like our country. We have lunatics too. I call them lunatics. I call them stupid people too.
Transgender?
But in Iran, they have the moderates that dying to make a deal, and then you have the lunatics, and I guess they're a little bit afraid of the lunatics, but and why not? The level of ferocity for protest, you know, the people are watching it. They want to go out on the streets. They have no weapons. They have no guns. We thought the Kurds were going to give us weapons, but the Kurds
I don't even know if he's hitting
disappointed
oil
us. The
here.
Kurds take. They have a great reputation in Congress. Congress says, oh, they fight so hard. No, they fight hard when they get paid. So I'm very disappointed in the Kurds. But they were given, I said it wasn't going to work, by the way. I just have to say it. I disagreed with what they did. They gave it. I said, they'll never get there. And I was right. I like to be right. In this case, too bad. But we sent some guns with ammunition, and they were supposed to be delivered, but they kept it. I said they're going to keep it, but what do I know? I've only been doing this a short period of time. What do I know?
For the time being, the ceasefire remains in place?
What?
For the time being, the ceasefire remains in place?
Ceasefire?
It's unbelievably weak, I would say. I would call it the weakest right now. After reading that piece of garbage they sent us, I didn't even finish reading it.
You didn't even finish your
waste
reading
my
it.
time reading it.
Wow.
I would say it's one of the weakest right now. It's on life support. They understand these are all medical people. Dr. Oz, life support is not a good thing. Do you agree?
Bad prognostic.
I would say the ceasefire is on massive life support, where the doctor walks in and says, sir, your loved one has approximately a 1% chance of living. Yeah.
Mr. President,
Daniel, go ahead.
Yep.
One of the best reporters in Washington.
Thank
Go
you,
ahead.
sir. Dr. Oz referenced this a little earlier. 2 questions on healthcare, if I can.
Healthcare
Council of
question.
Economic
We're
Advisors
back.
Released a report saying that the most favored nation drug deals will generate about $529
Oh my
billion
God, plant
in domestic
reporter, bro.
savings over the next
Holy
2 years
plant.
across all markets. How transformative
Markets.
are these
And
deals?
makes people better.
Yeah, it does. How transformative are these deals for millions of Americans? And do you believe that the most favored nation drug deals are the Republicans' golden ticket to the midterms?
I think the Republicans should walk away with the midterm.
Election?
Typically, whoever is president, they vote the other way. Nobody knows this.
Election?
Even a
Come on.
psychiatrist, I think. Nobody knows why, because I think we've had the best president. A lot of people have said, even some radical left lunatics have said
Radical
that
left?
we've had the best president,
Stock market.
the best first year of any president. Look, I stopped 8 wars, got the largest tax cuts in history, the largest regulation cuts
Hottest.
in history. All the things we've done, so many, like all of this that we've done. Medically, we've done so much. We did a thing called Right to Try.
Right to
First,
try.
and I could never understand it when I was a civilian, which wasn't so long ago. I haven't been doing it that long, but I always used to marvel at the fact that if they had a great drug and it had to go through the FDA, and the FDA guarded it and said you can't use it, and if a person was terminally ill and the drug was showing great promise, the person's terminally ill, they wouldn't give it to the person because they didn't want to hurt the person. And I said, well, we need something of that. And it was very important to me. And I had no idea it would be so hard to get, but we got it in total. We got it in full. It's called Right to Try.
Right to
That if
try?
you're terminally ill,
Not heard that one.
you have the right to try a drug that has not gone even anywhere near final. If it shows even a little
We're going to try to
promise,
wrap up here.
and we've saved thousands of lives. It was very hard to get because the insurance companies didn't
He
want
could
it.
say
the
oil.
doctors didn't
That
want
would
it,
be sick.
because the doctors didn't want to be blamed. The drug companies didn't want it because if it didn't work, they didn't want it on their record. So what we did is we said we're not going to count it on your record. If somebody's terminally ill and they take the drug, it doesn't work, we're not going to count it on your record. We'll have another record, a little smaller one that not a lot of people look at, but we're not going to count it on your record. So Right to Try has been one of the great successes. Again, nobody talks about it. We've saved thousands of lives on us, but you know what is maybe even more important? We've learned very quickly that some drugs work and some drugs don't. In other words, some drugs take a person who's terminally ill, and there are numerous cases, and without waiting 7 years, 10 years, by the way, we think we've cut it in half, but you do need a period of time. Without waiting many, many years, we know the drug works because we've taken people that were dead. We had a person given the last rites.
Dead.
The kids are crying.
Dead country.
And started them on this drug.
Potentially.
The person became better. It works, and some don't work. But you learn really fast. It's called the ultimate test.
They were dead and now they're the hottest.
Test all these things. They use animals.
Animals.
All over the place. They use everything to test.
Eggs.
Person's going to die.
They took their eggs.
They didn't want it because they didn't want to be sued for, the drug companies didn't want to be sued if it didn't work. The country didn't want to be sued. So I got everybody into a room and I said, we're going to do this, but if anybody uses it, they have to sign a document. They sign a very strong document that they're not going to sue the doctor. They're not going to sue the country. They're not going to sue the manufacturer, the pharmaceutical company. They're not going to sue anybody, but we're going to give it a shot. It has been, Right to Try has been so successful. It's been amazing. Nobody talks about it, but everyone knows how successful.
Mr. President, there was a young man that we visited on, actually in Los Angeles, who's taking advantage of this program. Katie actually spoke to him by phone. It's from Alabama. That he reached out to you directly, and this is the same program that benefited him. And just to put numbers on the Council of Economic Advisors, it's between 500 and whatever it was, 30 million that you said, and $700 billion in savings. So we estimate at $600 billion in total savings, and the impact on the American people, Mr. President, is 1 in 3 Americans leave a drugstore without their
shut up.
medication because
Please,
they can't
shut up,
afford it.
Oz.
They know they got a doctor's prescription, they know they
The
can
generals
make
are
a
waiting,
difference
bro.
in their lives. That will no longer happen with the most favored nation drug pricing, and we're giving drugs like which, as you call it, the fat shot, the weight loss drugs
Ozempic.
to all beneficiaries of Medicare. Every senior in America can get them for $50 starting on July 1st. These are just inconceivably good prices.
You mean the weight loss
They're
drug?
so good, in fact, that we actually save the taxpayer money by reducing the downstream effects of obesity, diabetes, and hypertension. Mr. President, all possible because you took brave action. And again, the quick question we should be asking ourselves is why did this happen a decade ago? Katie, what do you think about that young man?
That he has a new lease on hope, and it's because of you. I talked to his parents, and they said, we feel so good about our country that we literally have the president and Dr. Oz and Secretary Kennedy doing everything possible to give our son a fighting chance. They said before, no one was listening, but you, Mr. President, took action. And Will Roberts, he is such a great young man.
Well, Right
He's
to Try
inspired
is,
so many people.
nobody talks about
We're
it.
with him.
Thousands of people, but it's also like this incredible laboratories of people that they're finished. They're terminally ill. They're not going to live. And we weren't given, and this went on
Need to
for
see
years.
the
You know,
eggs
this
on that
went
lady.
Madam Secretary, you're doing such a good job with the prices, agriculture. How's the beef doing? We got to get the beef down.
Beef down.
We're working on
Eggs.
It's the only thing, we got to get the beef down. But,
It's becoming
but
more affordable.
this was so incredible.
Actually,
because-
potentially eggs.
and I marveled
Beef,
at it.
eggs.
30 years, I'd say.
We're gonna get the eggs
Boy,
down.
I have friends that were terminally ill. You'd be
Ugh.
people. They were really in bad shape. They weren't going to make it, and they couldn't get a drug that looked like it was going to work. They couldn't get it. They asked me to get it. You have contacts. You know, could you get it?
Bro, we're probably
Couldn't get
cooked
it.
on
You
this
go to
event,
jail
honestly.
if you get-
Where's
and
my
then they died. They died
minus
3 weeks
200
later,
right
4
now?
weeks later. And we're saving a lot of people that were gone, that were terminally ill. And what we're doing is producing almost immediately. You know, you can almost immediately approve these drugs. But it was very, look, legally it was a disaster because everybody would be sued. The problem
Kinda
is
just need
someone would
oil.
die, and then they blame the drug, and then the drug company gets sued, the doctors, the country gets sued. You know, a member of the family goes crazy, and you're settling for millions of dollars.
Guy hit
because
8
you
wars,
killed
by the way.
somebody that was going to be dead in 2 weeks. So I did that, and I'm very proud of it. The other thing, a doctor mentioned the fat drug. So think of
Ozempic.
it, $87 it would sell in London, and $1,300 in New York for the exact same box, made, I won't name the company, made by the same company in the same facility. $87 in London, $87 in Heidelberg, $87 in Paris,
Oh god, it's cooked, bro.
$1,370 in New York. And this went on for a long time.
Goddamn China hit. Not even with the
Second,
China
your
question.
famous
So
friend
annoying.
Begging me not to release his name. He's a very
Could have been
highly
safe
neurotic,
with that no
very-
China.
Sort of a fat slob, I would call him. But
Fat
he's
slob.
a brilliant man. We know many of those people. He's
Pritzker.
a brilliant guy, actually. but
JB
he
Pritzker.
said, President, what the hell's going on here? He didn't need the money. He's rich as hell. But he just couldn't understand why he had to pay so little in London. He went to London, and he couldn't understand it. He said, this is crazy. And it actually motivated me in a certain way because he was very smart. He did a study. He actually sent his people, and he traced this medicine, and he found out it was, the box here is the same box as he had in New York. It was made in the same plant, and it cost 10 times more here than it did in London. And that there are worse stories than that. And I said, that's it. It's over. We're going to do it. That got me really motivated. He's begging me not to release his name because he is a well-known person.
He's
And
begging.
I so destroyed his reputation in terms of his physicality that he just doesn't want.
Who do we think that is? Who do we think that is he's talking about? His friend that takes
You
Ozempic.
got to be better than any normal person could have, He said, no, I don't want it. Okay, yeah, please, yeah.
But what do you hope to get out of the summit in China, and how much has the war in
Where's China?
Iran changed the agenda?
Look, I have a great relationship with President Xi. We're doing a lot of business, but it's smart business. We used to be taken advantage of for years with our previous presidents, and now we're doing great with China. We make a lot of money with China. I have a great relationship with President Xi.
Stock market.
And I think you can see that with the fact that in Hormuz, they get a big percentage, 40% of their oil from Hormuz. There's
Oil. Okay.
no ships coming in, no nasty ships coming
Oh,
in.
bro.
That we end up in
Oil
skirmishes
Hormuz,
with.
double
We'd like
whammy.
to see it get done. He doesn't want to see. I'll tell you what. Look, I respect him a lot, and hopefully he respects me. He didn't respect our previous government. That I can tell you. The guy couldn't talk. It was ridiculous how that ever happened. Our country was hurt so badly the last 4 years. I say it all the time.
Oh,
It was the king of Saudi Arabia, but everybody says it.
Oh.
We were a dead country a year and a half ago.
hottest.
And now we're the hottest country anywhere
Wow.
in the world. And you know that better
Stock
than
market.
anybody. You see that. Olivia sees that. You see it in the numbers. Look at the numbers. Look at the stock market. The stock market
There you go.
is now higher than it was when this war started.
Jesus, he's just hit 5 fucking
So I
things.
thought that would go down in 2020.
Holy shit.
It was fine.
I need to sell off gas.
I'm willing to say a terrible expression. Take a bullet. It's a terrible
Gas
expression,
prices.
especially when it's used by me. But I am. I'm willing to take a bullet for the country. And I said, look, the stock market's going to go down, but we're going to have a a threat of lunatics having, they're lunatics, having a nuclear weapon. I deal with them. I say it to them. I say, you people are crazy. I deal with them. They talk differently. I say, you're crazy. You're crazy people. You're nuts. You're not having a nuclear weapon. They think they can talk me into it, and they don't do very well with it. But they know how I feel. They can't have a nuclear weapon. They would use it within an hour after getting it. If the Obama deal wasn't terminated,
I think gas is fine.
6 years ago.
Wow. I thought he was going to say gas stock market duo, but
and also
Israel.
the rest of the Middle East. You saw that when they started shooting rockets. Nobody thought Saudi Arabia and Qatar and UAE were going to get hit, or Kuwait, Bahrain. I think it was a tremendous strategic mistake, and they wasted those missiles. We have the Patriots that knocked them down.
Bro, you just loaded up, bro.
You know, I told the story. We were shot at one of our great assets, happened to be a ship, great ship. 111 missiles going at very high rates of speed, sophisticated equipment. And you know, that's all they did is build missiles, thousands of missiles. Who does this except for people that are looking for trouble? We had 111 shot at one of our ships over a very short period of time. Out of 111 missiles going at 3,000 miles an hour, all 111 missiles were knocked down into the ocean long prior to arriving at the target. And the coolest guys are the guys that do this. You know, they're not brawn, they're brain. They sit.
They're not brawn, they're brain.
Shot. You got to see it happening. Missiles coming. They got like about 13 seconds to make a decision. It's not like, gee, let's figure it out. They make a wrong calculation. You know, you lose them. A lot of
Dude,
men,
this guy also said
of
we have to
men,
go, by the way.
$1 billion times 10 ships. So, but there's a level of coolness that missile shot meant they look ba 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 ba.
Ba 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 ba. Yes. Ba 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 ba.
Heading 47 degrees north, 1,300 feet, going 3,000 miles an hour. Okay, we have it in our sight. Fire, boom. 10 seconds left.
Ba 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 ba.
They need smart people. These people are smart. And they're so smart that they're cool. You know, under the calculations for
He's
some
gonna
people are very
maybe
tough.
repeat all this, yeah.
For other people, not so tough. There's, you know, about 1%. There's not too many. Not too many people around like that. I say, a lot of times I'll call these gunners because they're phenomenal geniuses.
Geniuses.
You know, where did you go to school? I went
Genius
to MIT.
why?
Where did you go to school? I went to the best schools. Smart. Got to be smart. We have the greatest military in the world. Okay.
Venezuela.
Mr. President, back to motherhood. Your one big beautiful bill.
I like that.
Back to motherhood.
This is about
One big beautiful bill.
motherhood, not about the beautiful country of Iran. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you all for being here. Your one big beautiful bill defunded Planned Parenthood for 1 year, but that expires on this July 4th. Would you like Congress to use
Well, we're
reconciliation?
going to see what happens. Congress is now negotiating. We've been very good for the people that want it, for the people that are here.
Come on, Caro.
And,
Little
we'll see
Caro
how it
Lotto,
goes.
come on.
It's been a very thorny, to put it mildly, it's been a very thorny issue. It's all under negotiation right now. Yes, ma'am.
Would you like to see that defund continue?
Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. What do you think about the handling of the hantavirus by the U.S.?
I think fine.
Do you regret withdrawing from the WHO, given that?
No, I'm glad. So we were paying the World Health Organization $500 million.
WHO?
Look, it's a lot of money, but in the overall scope, it's not that much, but it's a lot of money. And we weren't being treated well, and they were making the wrong diagnoses. I was the one that said it came from Wuhan.
I'm somehow
They didn't say
positive.
that. They
Wuhan.
refused to say that because they were totally owned by China. So
Bro,
I
after
was
this
saying it
event,
came from
somehow I'm
Wuhan.
still positive. I don't
They
know.
didn't want to say that. Now it's turned out, I think it's been conclusive that it came from Wuhan. But I
It's
said
crazy.
that on the first day because I saw satellite
I don't think so,
pictures
though.
with
After
body
it
bags
ends,
all over Wuhan.
it wouldn't work.
Literally all over Wuhan.
Wuhan.
So I said that they lied to
COVID.
me, or they didn't know. So we were paying for, let's say, 350 million people. We were paying $500 million a year to the World Health Organization. That's a lot of money. What the hell are they going to do with that kind of money? And China is paying $39 million a year for 1.4 billion people. So I said, you know, you got your story wrong, because we should be paying about $10 million, not $500 million. And they were willing to negotiate, but it was so popular when I pulled out. They gave us all wrong information on COVID. They were totally wrong. And I looked today and I saw the same doctor.
Election
that was
could
there.
be
He's
live.
a good politician. I don't know how the hell he kept his job, but he was there telling us about this. Now, the one thing with this one is that it's much harder to catch. And we've had it for a long, it's been around for a long time. People are very familiar with it. So, you know, I hope it's fine. All I can do is everything that a president can do, which is actually somewhat limited. But
it's actually kind of limited.
It is not easy to spread. In fact, it's in certain ways.
Notice he's not saying hantavirus.
It's been we've lived with it for years, many years.
He's just saying
we think we're in very good shape. We're very careful, and Nebraska has done a fantastic job. They have
Nebraska
place there that those doctors are unbelievable. The job they've done. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, are you going to suspend the federal gas tax?
Oh my God.
No, I'm going to reduce until the. Let me tell you, as soon as this is over with Iran, as soon as it's over, you're going to see gasoline and oil.
Is it federal gas
like
tax?
Going to be dropping down like a rock. I mean, already, look,
bro.
Just on the basis of
federal gas
things
tax
have happened. When it first.
What is that question? PSYOP.
20% of the oil came out of Hormuz. That's a lot.
Jesus
But,
Christ.
you know, with time, it's like they go into Texas, they go into Louisiana, they go into Alaska. A lot of Alaska. Alaska's, you know, sort of, it seems like very far away from Asia, but it's actually a relatively short trip by comparison to other locations they have to go to.
Yeah, so much for having. He has to go. That's what he said, by the way.
They go to Alaska. In fact, our big problem.
The generals
is
are
building
waiting,
bigger
bro.
Docking, you know, to fill up. But we have, we've become very big on the filling station. We're a big filling station. And what's happening is.
By the way,
this first.
He was not saying gas without that question.
They said, "Oh, it's genius."
He was not saying gas until he was asked directly about gas tax.
Companies and countries. Some of those people are going to continue to go to Texas. They like it better. They said it's an extra 45 minutes. They like it better. And it's sort of amazing, you know. It found its way. So a lot of people thought oil would go to $250, $300.
Like you're saying oil now.
I mean, today it's at less than 100. Think of that. Now, when this ends, you're going to see it drop like a rock.
How long are you going to suspend that tax for then?
Till it's appropriate, yeah. Till it's a you know, it's a small percentage, but it's it's still money. Yeah.
Mr. President, do you still believe a diplomatic solution is possible with Iran, or do you only have military options left?
No, I think it's very possible. Look, I've had to deal with them 4 or 5 times. They change their mind. They're very dishonorable people. The leadership. Don't forget it's the 3rd level. The 1st level is gone. They were unreasonable.
I'm saying it's
The
PSYOP,
2nd
Cold
level
Harbor.
was more reasonable. The 3rd level, nobody wants to be president.
I'm not saying it was only coming in
Who
Q&A. I'm
wants to
saying
be
she
president?
directly
There's
said
nobody
gas
wants to
tax to get him to say gas.
But we're, they just.
If
they
she just
change
asked about
their
gas
mind.
prices,
I've
he would have
had
just
that
said oil.
As many times, the mind changes, you call them. These people that you make a deal, and then the next day they send you a document that takes 5 days to get there when it should have been there in 20 minutes. You know, it's a pretty simple document. They will never have a nuclear weapon, yeah?
Thank you, sir. I was speaking with Claire Lai this morning. She's the daughter of Jimmy Lai, and she told me that she's been praying and hoping that you'll be the one that brings her dad home. She says of any administration, she thinks you're the one that could do it. Do you
You
think
said
you
Jimmy
can?
Lai.
Jimmy Lai's daughter.
And there's another gentleman, a minister, pastor, as you know. I'll bring them both up. I brought it up before. Jimmy Lai I brought up. The other one I just heard about this morning, actually. And I do bring that up. You know, we've gotten, I don't know if you've been reading John Cole.
Excuse to dog walk the markets regarding Iran?
He was a tobacco lawyer.
Could be.
Great guy. I won't say he's an older guy because he may be offended by that, but he is. He's a little older. He's a little older, and he's a wise man, actually. Made a fortune with the tobacco. He did the first tobacco lawsuit. And he's a great man. And he...
yeah, chiller, yeah.
He's brought back hundreds of people out of various Belarus. You know,
Belarus.
we had, and the leader has been fantastic. But somebody has to ask him. Biden never asked. We asked.
Biden.
And we're getting hundreds of people out of confinement and prisons that shouldn't be there, and hundreds, and many of them aren't even citizens of the United States. They're people that have been captured in some form, ministers, people that are really innocent people, and they're being held captive. And I bring up Jimmy Lai. Now, Jimmy Lai, he caused a lot of bedlam. I don't know. It's like saying to me, if Comey ever went to jail,
Comey,
would you let him out? It might be a hard one for me. Does that make sense? It might be a hard one, because he's a dirty cop.
Dirty
Jimmy
cop.
Lai isn't that way. But Jimmy Lai, he caused lots of turmoil for China. He tried to do the right thing. He wasn't successful. Went to jail, and people would like him out, and I'd like to see him get out too. So I'll bring him up again. I have brought him up. There's another gentleman, a pastor, as you know, with a beautiful daughter and son-in-law that would like to see him get out. I'm going to bring his name up.
Mr. President, what about Taiwan? Do you expect
Taiwan?
Yeah, it always comes up. Yeah, it always comes up. It's. I used to say Ukraine would.
Russia?
4 years you never even heard
Ukraine?
the word Ukraine. It was never going to happen. And it was handled so badly.
Under Biden?
And Ukraine should have never come up. They lost last month 25,000 soldiers, both sides. 25,000. They're losing
This
one?
one?
25,000 soldiers. It's like a meat grinder. It's horrible what's happening. That would have never happened had the
McDonald's?
election not been rigged. That would have
Election.
never happened.
Wow. There we go.
And Putin and I would talk about it, but there was never any. He would have never done it. Taiwan.
Had the election not been rigged,
equated
he
a
said.
little bit to that. If you have the right president, I don't think it'll happen. I think we'll be fine. I have a very good relationship with President Xi. He knows I don't want that to happen. Very far away. Very, very far away. We're just at 9,500
Could have been stacking
miles.
election there, but I didn't think it actually hit.
We're 9,500 miles. He's 67 miles. It's a little bit of a difference, but there's a lot of support for Taiwan from Japan.
Look at this
and
yes
from
fest, bro.
countries from that area.
Literally,
we should still be selling them weapons?
below hottest
Well, I'm going to have that
is everything
discussion.
no, everything above hottest is
President
yes.
Xi would like us not
Wow.
to. And I'll have that discussion. That's one of the many things I'll be talking about. We'll have he and I have gotten along well, other than with COVID. I was
COVID.
not. I was just not accepting of what happened with COVID. But
Someone
other
asked about
than that,
Caroline or
he and I have
eggs.
had he's a
Her eggs.
great gentleman. I find him to be an amazing man. And when I say that, the press always says, "Oh, that's terrible that he called him." He runs 1.4 billion people with a pretty iron fist. He loves his country. I can tell you that, President Xi. I look forward to being
My
there.
abortion.
And if he felt anything, we wouldn't be doing it. But a lot of good things can happen. Now we'll be talking about. He'll bring up Taiwan.
Taiwan.
I think more than I will. But I think that.
How could he resist Caro's
A
eggs?
discussion
That's
will be
crazy.
a little bit about energy and about the very beautiful country of Iran.
Mr. President,
And by the way, Iran is a beautiful country, but it's got people running it now that
Lunatics.
shouldn't be there, perhaps. Yeah.
Mr. President, just a couple questions. Outside of these
A couple?
amazing benefits from employers for IVF, there are a lot of women out there who either they work
Dude, all these are
full-time
plant
or
reporters
they
that are asking
self-pay
about.
health insurance. Is there an option for cheaper IVF for those women?
All of them are plant
What would you like to
reporters. Jesus.
For IVF, bring it down to
No one's gonna ask the hard-hitting questions
Will
about
you
abortion, huh?
Answer that question, please.
They're all plants.
We're trying to
We're
make
putting her
America-
through a little training here, Tom. Let's see whether or not she's got it. I have no doubt she does. Go ahead.
Just a softball from the president. At Healthy Moms, Healthy
Let's say-
Babies
Let's give
America.
this one to Olivia.
We are focused on making America the safest and best place to have a baby.
Safest.
The IVF question, I think you probably be better.
Bad optics, not to mention Caro. Maybe.
So what we're trying to do is obviously make sure that people have greater access and the affordability goes down. We did that obviously with what you saw. from
Why
the
did she take
last year,
over?
2 different
Wasn't it
announcements
her?
made. We've seen.
Wait,
over,
she can't handle the
gosh,
heat.
I mean, thousands of people have more.
Wasn't the
access
question directed to her and then she just took
affordability.
over?
I think we've saved about $15 million, but we know that
Yo,
this is going to go up to the
This chick thinks she's the movie star, bruh. Didn't he give it to her?
With being able to allow employers
Yo,
to do this,
that's disrespectful.
It will ultimately drive down to each and every person.
Bro,
so that is the point.
you know she pissed too. Look at her hands.
We want to get
Look at that body language. She's like, what the hell?
Causes as well. So we want to make sure that we are treating the entire issue, not just putting a Band-Aid on it and moving on. We want people who want to bring life
Just
into
a
the world to
softball
have that
question.
opportunity. We do believe that this will do that. So a combination of allowing this to be available, but then also the
Increased birth
affordability
rates?
element.
I mean,
it's down, as he said. I mean, some.
I thought I
some
could
of
hit
these
it.
Drugs down 80% from a year
I
ago.
thought
some
you
down
hit Carol
20%
by now.
over a year ago. So it's a really exciting time, and we do think that this will ultimately be able to reach all Americans.
But a lot of people don't realize.
Celebrate
it's available.
mothers.
I spoke to people, they don't know about the Trump, they don't know about any of these things that, you know, when you're saving so much money, where they can actually afford it. When you get prices down to just a tiny fraction of what they used to be, that's one of the reasons I don't need it for myself. I get
The fake news, they just focus on eggs.
I needed to inform the public. A lot of people, like your question's a good question, but a lot of people don't know IVF and so many other things that could help them, that they assume it's so expensive, it's not within their price range, and they're not going to be able to afford it or even think about it. And then they hear about these numbers, and in addition, there's some help that we give them beyond even the low numbers.
Mr. President, only 1 in 3 Americans know what TrumpRx.gov does. It would be a great service. I know he kids you a lot about this not getting reported on appropriately, but there is no excuse to buy a drug in America and not check TrumpRx.gov.
You can
Just
buy
to
with
make sure
crypto?
You're getting the best price. Just think of it as a transparency site. And sir, we've got tens of millions of people who are going to it, but you know there's hundreds of millions.
Caroline,
of Americans, so we
sweet
have got to be
Caroline,
Americans
just
really.
had one of
You
her
mentioned
eggs pop
fertility.
out. Yep.
The fertility drugs are probably
The hottest eggs
third of the
anywhere
cost of the
around. What a
entire
maha
process.
mommy.
For those to drop by 90% dramatically changes the equation. And they're private companies who are now taking advantage of the whole group of individuals who can get access to fertility medications. And
Dump
the distributors
hundreds?
that
I
go
dumped
with it. As the services get
150 on
better,
Caro, yes.
we make them more affordable, we'll have more Trump babies.
Yeah, and we hope that that lays the groundwork though, so that anyone has an ability to
Trump
receive
babies.
these. And also remember, this is all.
Bro,
on
imagine
one
having a
side
Trump
as well.
baby.
I mean, that's one thing we're trying to do is make sure that we are pushing people to all of these resources, because when you either want to have a child or you find out you have a child, you know, sometimes that's a very exciting thing. Sometimes, you know, it's
Does Trump RX
overwhelmed. We want all
accept
of those resources
crypto?
in one spot so that we can help.
Do they accept
women
crypto?
in their journey to motherhood?
And when people hear how inexpensive it is relative, you know, they can't even think about it. Now all
You
of
can
a
use
sudden they
crypto.
say, I
It's
can
so
afford it.
inexpensive.
And they get help also in affording it. There are ways of getting help to afford even those low prices. How about one more last question, please?
Last question.
Thank you, Mr. President. What do you say to infectious diseases experts who say they are worried the country may not be prepared to deal with something like hantavirus because of all the HHS, you know, funding and staffing cuts?
Well, I think we take care of that. Do you want to answer that?
It's just not true. Jay Bhattacharya is.
Rigatoni, I'm about break even
Secretary
here.
Kennedy is involved with them. You can speak to perhaps even better than.
I had
the
no
best in the
Hormuz,
room.
no,
But the country's prepared. The CDC is focused on it.
No
And
Democrats,
The agency
so.
is well aware of the opportunities to actually treat this problem, not just try to prevent it in the future, but treat it if it happens now. Secretary.
It's a plus. I'm basically break even.
CDC teams on it.
As long as he doesn't hit Maha here.
I was speaking
Holy
with
shit.
University of Nebraska since the second day of the outbreak. I was speaking with Governor Pillen of Nebraska.
Caroline,
with the CDC
sweet,
team
sweet
at
Maha
Kennedy.
eggs, Mogs,
We had
any
airplanes
radical left
ready
lunatic,
to take
genetically
patients
modified
to
eggs
17
created in
patients off
mental institutions
the vessel
based off
and
Biden.
transport. 2 of them went to Atlanta. One of those
Any
was
Maha bonders?
asymptomatic.
Anyone gonna bond Maha?
They're in a biocontainment lab.
You might say it at the end, man.
Atlanta. The other
Make
16
America
now
Dr. Oz
in
healthy again.
Nebraska. One of them is symptomatic. He is in the biocontainment lab. The other ones are being tested and supervised and given plans for
Eggs.
going home.
They got their eggs going.
We have this under
Come on.
control, and we're not worried about it.
I'll buy the 1 cent. Come on, eggs. Trump
After
eggs.
the WHO issued its, you know, alert. Why was
Talk
it-
about
why
Caroline
did it take
sweet
only
eggs,
4 days
please, Trump.
to issue an alert?
It's not true. As soon as we determined that the virus was out there, we issued an alert. The alert means nothing.
They
because all
acted
the
very
people-
quickly. I saw the alert.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Those
They
reports
acted
were
very,
not
very
true.
quickly, and it looks like, and you know, can't bet anybody's life on it, but it looks like it's just a disease that we've had around in a very small way for a long time. Not a good one to catch.
It's a little nest egg.
It's a very severe disease if you catch it, but it's very hard to catch. Daniel, did you have a question?
One last one. Senator Britt mentioned the website moms.gov, one of the policies that's on there.
Right.
Are the Trump accounts, right? They're getting ready to go live this summer. When you speak to young parents, this is
Nest
one of
egg,
the
nest egg,
policies
nest
that
egg.
really bring up about
Please, nest
affordability
egg.
for them. Can you just talk about
Oh, I didn't buy the 2 cent. I didn't buy the 2 cent.
important it is for young
It's a nest egg. The Trump account's a nest egg. Come on.
Young parents.
Come on,
That's
Trump.
the way
Come
you
on.
could say it.
Nest
It's a
egg.
beautiful term. But we've done more for young parents in any
It's a nest egg.
administration ever in history.
Come
And,
on.
we're going to continue to do so. This is, look at the people up here. They're all like brilliant. I'm one of the young ones, you know. I'm a similar age to all of you. Very similar. I feel the same as them. I actually.
Nest egg, come on.
You know, I don't know what this is. I feel the same as I did 50 years ago.
There's a chance. Trump, please.
Someday
It's like a
there'll be
nest
day
egg. The
when
Trump
that
accounts.
won't
Come on.
happen. I'll let Bobby and Oz know, you know? It's not quite the same. But I feel literally the same. I don't know why. It's not because I eat the best foods. Maybe they are the best.
You
foods.
have
Who knows
eggs!
what the best foods are. Maybe junk food is good and the other food is no good. I know people that eat the best food. They go to a restaurant, they have celery, and I don't want
Celery? Wrong food, Trump!
And I say, how you doing?
Ah.
It's over for me at a young age. And all they do is watch it. I know many, many people that all they do is watch their weight, their this, their that. And they kick the bucket, and here we are. I feel great. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good time.
No, Ma.
Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, press.
Yeah, he said celery, dude. He didn't say egg. So the thing with egg is he could say, talking about Trump accounts, he could call it a nest egg. Dude, I think that was worth the 1 cent, 2 cent buy right there. There's been times where he said nest egg there. Oh, it's like a nest egg. A little nest egg, Trump account. That would have been a crazy 1 cent buy. That would have been a buy. Okay. Did we win? Did we win? I don't know. We might have lost. Okay, we won 20 bucks. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, we came out that positive at least. Jesus Christ, there was a point where I was down probably 400, 500. I don't know. Autism, yes, I like that hit. That was fun. I bought it like 10 seconds before he said it. So I feel like that was pretty autistic myself, honestly. No China. I bought this when he said he had to go for the... He had to go. Dude, what a rug, dude. Trump said he had to go because generals were waiting on him. Everyone hurry up. And then he just took about 50 questions anyways. I mean, I'm going to stop believing this guy at his word, bro. His word doesn't mean anything at this point. Like, every time. I fall for it every time, too. He's like, dude, I have to go. Iran. I have to talk about Iran. And then he just takes 50 questions anyways. Nest egg? I think nest egg's an open compound, Jay. Nest egg? Yeah, a nest egg is 2 words. A nest egg? That would go yes for egg. It's not closed. How do you know this guy's autistic? Yeah, that was a pretty funny buy. Sorry for yelling on that one, but hottest election stock market. We got psyoped on gas in Hormuz. I mean, Hormuz was I was buying Hormuz before the no Q&A, so yeah, 40-minute Q&A. Meanwhile, he said he had to go, so. Dog walk the Iran mess. You can only have so many war updates, yeah. He was definitely going to talk about war. I mean, that's why I had oil, yes. I was buying oil, yes, but I didn't think it'd go on for that long. It went on way, way longer. All right. Well, we made money. Negative 24, okay. Not too bad. I'm surprised I made money from that event, bro. I feel like I played that so badly. I mean, I had some lottos, right, with Caro and Egg that didn't hit, but basically oil, yes. Autism, yes. Kind of saved my market. And Maha, no. You're down 30K. Unlucky. Bro, you are not down 30K, bro. You were not putting 30K into the maternal healthcare event. If there's an event that you should be putting 30K in, it's the university football one that I'll be live for at 4 p.m. I feel like this event will be bigger than the maternal healthcare event. This one will have more volume. I know you're playing Cole Arbor. You're too sharp. You're too sharp to be down 30K. You go full port every event. I would not recommend that. I would not recommend that one. But should I full port this this football one? Let's see. My port is what? What is my port? 118K? 118K port? Should I just full port this university one though? Heisman no is interesting because the guy's probably not going to be there, right? Mendoza? You don't have the nuts? You're right. I don't. You are completely right about that, sir. All right, but we'll take the $20. Yeah, like Rigatoni said, lunch paid for, I guess. Honestly, for the way I played that market, I was buying no China, no Democrat, no Hormuz. I'm surprised I came out on top with that one. But we'll make a bunch of money with this football one for sure. Preview the college event? You mean like a cheeky tailgate? A cheeky tailgate rig? Get some positions now on the stream. Well, let's see. The only thing I've got nuclear, yes. Yo, Shirley, guys. Shirley is going to say nuclear, right? Like, that's pretty underpriced. I don't care that it's a football team. I literally don't care that the football team is there. You saw today's event, bro. 36 cents? It's underpriced. Golf? Why would he say golf, honestly? One of the guys play golf? Where's kickoff? Kickoff that low? Kickoff seems a bit low. McDonald's? Are we dead ass? Is one of them named McDonald on the team? That would be alpha, huh? Is this the roster? Is this the one that won? McDonald? I don't think any of them are named McDonald. That's for 2025-26 season. I don't think any of them are named McDonald. Like, honestly, chat, why would he say executive order? Why would he say that? Because he's signing some later? I don't get that one. Ballroom? Kind of like Oval Office. It's a bit high, though. It's pretty high. He's definitely got to say Oval Office, though. Like, I don't know. It's pretty high. Oval Office is pretty high. Heisman, no, might be the lotto here. I don't think Fernando Mendoza's gonna be there. Didn't he win the Heisman? So before the event, I don't think he's gonna talk about it. I mean, I can also place a bid for Heisman that will probably get filled. Because I think the alpha is, like, Fernando Mendoza is the guy who won the Heisman, correct? Yes, he was. And he isn't going. He won't be in attendance. So there's a chance he just leaves him out of the, when he's talking about him, there's a chance he just leaves him out. I'll take that. I think there's a chance he just leaves him out of the discussion entirely. That was pretty painful, I'll be honest. I think I barely got out of that live, bro. I could have lost a lot of money if he didn't hit something like oil or autism. Yeah, but he's not gonna be there. So there's a chance that Trump sees that as disrespect, and he's like, he leaves him out of the discussion entirely. He just talks about the team. He doesn't talk, because he normally during these events he talks about the individual players, but because he's not gonna be there, he might just talk about other players other than Mendoza. He might just say, "Oh, you have a fantastic quarterback who's not here." He might skip over the whole Heisman part anyways. That's my reasoning. I mean, at 25 cents, he's not going to be there. It's because, though, he's training with the team. Like, if you look at it, he's focused on his rookie season. So he's going to be participating in the rookie Raiders camp instead of being at the White House. So there's a chance Trump just sees that as disrespect. Oh no, I'm talking about the fact you didn't know who won I know who won the Heisman, bro. I'm double checking just before I buy. I know Fernando Mendoza won the Heisman. I know he got drafted to the Las Vegas Raiders. I knew that. Duh. Of course I did. Dude, I'm a football shark, bro. Like low-key's gonna say nuclear. Is Iran on here? Is Iran on here? Bro. That's gotta go up based off today's press conference. Did he say stuff at like when's the last sports one he did? Did he say anything war related at these last, what's the last sports one he did? Artemis. Artemis is actually kind of similar-ish. I mean, this is going to be in the Oval, right? Correct? The Artemis was in the Oval. I'm getting pinged at. No war at all in the last one? Thank you for filling my Iran nose, bruh. I think it'll go up. I think Iran, yes, will go up to 50-50 at least. Like, he's signing EOs and he's going to be in a policy meeting after. The kids sports thing? I'm talking about when he's got a team. When's the last time he's got a team to come to the Oval? This is kind of similar. The NCAA.
Really? Are you a powerhouse? Yes.
This Artemis is pretty similar because this is in the Oval. It's kind of like an invitation thing. When's the last Oval invitation thing he did? I mean, very long ago, I guess. EO. Everything else has kind of been, I mean, this was in the Oval, right? Did he take questions? He took questions here during this Artemis one. I don't think it's impossible he takes questions. Inter Miami was in the, golf. He does like to make... One of those guys could be a good golfer as well. I mean, they got big arms. I'm trying to find the exact time he's done an Oval Office invite with a sports team? Because this is similar. The Artemis one is similar. This is oval, right? But this isn't a sports team. This could be similar, you know. This is
In this sport,
fighting.
nobody more proud than these guys. Sometimes, and I think you're surprised, and I'm surprised. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon.
Yo, this is what he said, by the way. UFC fighters in the room.
It's very simple. Whether I make them happy or I don't make them happy, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon.
Oval Office, May 6th, UFC fighters in the room. Iran can have a nuclear weapon. I don't feel too bad feeling your Iran nose, Cold Harbor, with that evidence. Let's see what else. Artemis, interesting. I guess the most similar is actually the UFC.
They had an Air Force, lots of planes, and they don't have any planes. They don't have any experience. And actually, each one, how do you think this is a winner? You know, he loves his country so much. I don't know how the hell you do it. It's what they come, but yep, here and here. And this is one chance. Now they're crying. I mean, they want to ask about Iran and a couple of other things. Now they're crying. That's true. But anyway, so they're going to go outside. They're going to have some pictures taken on the balcony, the Truman balcony. I think they're going up to Truman, and there's a beautiful balcony.
It's not in the Oval? What? Are you sure? How do you know it's not in the Oval? It's going to be East Room? It doesn't say on 4th. It just says White House. It's going to be East Room? How the fuck would it... Because I thought that's what it said. I mean, Oval... Bro, if it's not in the Oval, then... there's a lot to click here, bro. That's all I'm saying. It's East Room for sure? Or South Lawn? I mean... Just like Ohio State? Let's see. Past 24 hours. Skip out. Hi, Lee. Check Discord. Let's see. It just says White House on the schedule. There be too many of the team? Potentially. So there's no confirmation. It's just because it says White House. Yeah, he said we're moves a couple times, Lee. It's an L. I mean, low-key nuked, huh? Buy some more. No Oval Office. I see what you're saying. Like the NCAA,
They tend to salute.
I wonder what was on this schedule. I wonder if I can look back at this. This was April 21st. Let's see if we can find April 21st. What was listed on White House? May 5th. April 24th, 23rd, 22nd, 21st, April 21st. State dining room was listed. This is definitely not Oval. Yeah, that would be the thinking that the Oval would be too small for the entire football team. I do get that point. Read Loxy's Discord. He says, "How much do you want for this pure Coke?" That's not what my Discord says. I give it up for free. Come on. This one says state dining room. Okay. Yeah, so the difference here is like there's only 5 UFC fighters, so they could have held it in the Oval. There's only 4 Artemis members, so they could have held it in the Oval. But this football team's going to be at least 20 plus people. It'd be hard to fit this in the Oval, huh? All right. I'm in, bro. I'm in for that, Alpha. I agree with that statement. And it's the fact that it doesn't say Oval. It does not say Oval. The rest of them do. It just says White House. What if I was media? Can I email them and ask as if I'm media to try to figure it out? No room is specified? There's no way there's no stream, bro. No way there's no stream. Oh, the sign-up link already closed, huh? Not outside? I guess we just don't know, huh? It's just kind of, it's up in the air. Okay. Someone thinks it's in the Oval. There's more Oval for you to click. W Rigatoni. W Limit Order. W FUD. Learning from King Azul. Let's see. See if AI can help. See, but why would he say Oval Office if it's not in the Oval Office? $250 is sports related? Potentially. It's not in the over. Rigatoni, I know that's fucking you, you fucking snake. I know those bids are you. Shut up. Then clear your bids? But like, why would he say Oval Office if he's not in the Oval? I don't think there's a 50% chance he's in the Oval looking at this reporting. He's gonna say I have to go back to the Oval Office to sign executive orders? Ain't no way. We couldn't do it in the Oval Office? Ballroom? Probably in the East Room. It's probably going to be in the East Room, which means that ballroom fair value increases. He could say there's so many of you. We could have done this in the ballroom. No, so like the Oval Office is more like when he invites people to the Oval Office, he says like, oh, we're in the Oval type thing. He said it for this like Artemis. I think, did he say it for this? Yeah.
When they come to the Oval Office, we give out all championships, baseball, football, basketball, everything. They're always up here. We take the champions, and these are the great.
Football? We take the champions football and bring them to the Oval? Let's see, what do you say with Messi, huh? Where's this Messi one? Did he say it with this? Where's this Messi press? Stanley Cup? Potentially is a syndicate.
Batman, great job. But I just wanted to say a very special congratulations, and I'm going to bring them down to the Oval Office we did last.
If I lose, I lose. If I lose, I lose. It's okay. Okay. Not a bad syndicate there. Stanley Cup champions. I'm looking for the Messi one. Here we go. Here's Messi.
Batman, great job. I remember a long time ago when you got that job, and I said they picked the right guy. You know that. But I just wanted to say a very special congratulations, and I'm going to bring.
That's Stanley. That's Stanley. Where's this Messi one? Messi. Pele. I know a great guy, Pele. Check Discord. So. Yeah, I like ballroom. I do like ballroom. See, I think someone will buy this, though. I put it, like, here. If I put it, like, there, someone will buy me out. I like ballroom, though, because the thing is, this is going to probably be East Room, which increases fair value of ballroom. I can't find this fucking Messi one, bro. When did he do Messi? I'm gonna have to just search it for YouTube. Trump. What was this shit called? MLS champions? No transcript there. Are you serious?
Navan, the #1 rated business travel platform, lets your team book work travel in one place. Flights, hotels.
Oh my god. Ooh, here he didn't say Oval Office, huh?
They anybody would like to come, you can just follow me on down there, okay? You see the oval, and you'll have some.
You see the oval. That's all he said. That's interesting. So could still not hit. You could still say oval. Rich? I feel like Rich, doesn't he say that about football players? You're a rich guy. I can get rich. That's J.D. Vance. Who gives a fuck about that chud? Where's the, I need to see the Saban one. Trump NIL roundtable. Yeah. My computer's about to explode right now. I got 5 YouTube
rated
tabs
business travel
up.
platform lets your team book work travel in one place. Flights, hotels, cars.
In the Senate.
March 5th event? Yeah. Rich. You didn't say Rich here? At the round table? I was imagining he was going to say, these players are getting rich from the draft. All this other stuff.
A little bit, not quite at that level. Not quite, but that's a great thing. Congratulations. Thank you very much for being
No
here.
Iran here? There's no Iran at that collegiate one. Endorse? Redistrict? Doesn't make much sense, huh? Would he announce he's signing executive orders? I don't think so. Did he take questions during it? Which one? Talk about the messy one? No. No question.
Thank you all very much.
We can.
Please. It's what
You think he's talking about this
radical left judge from California.
This radical left judge from California? Is radical left on here? No. Democrat? Biden? They did a great executive order about football, the NIL. Yeah. Draft. NFL.
So we've never seen before. We have college players that don't want to go to the NFL because they're making more money in college, right, Jim Jordan?
He's probably going to make this joke. Yeah, Jay, it still could be scripted. He's probably going to make this joke. You guys don't even want to go to the NFL. You don't want to get drafted because you're making so much money. He's probably going to do this joke.
It's an honor to be in Oval Office.
I also want to thank God to give us this beautiful day.
When they come to the Oval Office. There are no people tougher in sports than the people behind me. These are the toughest people. I know.
Interesting. Tough. I asked for Cookie on this market. Didn't show up. NIL. Didn't go the whole NIL roundtable without saying it.
Is a very good player for.
No. What was it? Oh, it was the interview he did before a rally, where he said I'm about to talk about NIL, and then he didn't say it. I remember that one. Maybe rich. Let's see. I mean, he didn't hit rich in the NIL roundtable, though. What is this, rich?
And our country has never been bigger, better, richer, or stronger, and the deals we're making are unbelievable. And a lot of it's because of the tariffs, and a lot of it's because of everything else. We had a little complicating factor with tariffs the other day with the Supreme Court. Also joining them on Team
Teddy Richards. Yeah, that's a scam. Ceasefire? Maybe 250. I don't know. I'm probably gonna go though. I'll be live though for this this football one. I'm gonna go eat. Hopefully sell my Oval Office no I got funded into. But I'll probably be back for this this football one at 4 p.m. EDT in about 3 hours. So I'll have more positions. I'll do a little more research. Maybe add 2 Heisman no. Maybe. I like that lotto. I like the Heisman no lotto. He's not going to be there.